Hi friends, today I wanted to do a voiceover for this video of me creating this super cute idea I saw on Pinterest. It's the popsicle sticks that are shaped like a pencil and like painted like a pencil. And of course I'm doing pink pencils because my favorite color is pink, which that was also the picture on Pinterest. They were pink pencils, but I want to use these pencils and have their numbers on them so I can, choose at random. Last year I tried it. I didn't really like it, but I want to give it another shot, and I want to do it with these super cute pencils because I think it'll make it more fun to do. I know, maybe I'm shallow, I don't know, but whenever I have cute things, I tend to use it more. So today, instead of telling you what I'm doing, I wanted to give you an honest review of my first year teaching. I am a mom of 3. I'm 30. I came into the career late. I got my degree in sociology, so I did not have any, I had a few education courses because I did switch my program to something different. I switched it so many times, and I would just say, once you pick something, stick to it, because credits don't transfer, people, and they make you take classes that you kind of already took already. And listen, I was in school for like 7 years on and off. It was a long journey, but now I'm here and I'm teaching, and I just had my first year teaching, and it was so bad. I mean, not all of it, there were good times, but overall I can say that my first year was a journey. It was very, 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 very rough. It was an adjustment. As someone who already has an established family, meaning like my kids are not just babies. They don't go to bed super early. They go to bed at like 7:30, and then I want to spend time with my husband. All these things factored into like my stress level because I did not know how to balance work and life. Anyway, I want to give you tips or advice that I kind of wish that I would have had or taken or done my first year, like last summer, to be more prepared for the school year. So real quick, I just want to say everyone's experience is going to be different based on their level of preparedness. Because my degree is not in education, I did not do student teaching. Where I'm from, 1 year of student teaching is required to graduate with an education degree. So I did the alternative route, and I got a degree in sociology, and I'm going through iTeach. Some things that I wish I would have done to be better prepared, or just some things that I kind of would have thought about before going into it. Curriculum. Study that curriculum. Get into that book as soon as you can. Because I'm telling you, teaching is more than just reading from the curriculum. It's actually knowing how to teach. You have to know what you're teaching in order to teach it. You can't teach something that you don't know. And a lot of people think, oh, it's just elementary. But listen, you have to know how your curriculum is teaching it. You have to understand. You have to just understand it. Okay? And also know your standards. Go to your state standards. Print them out for your grade level, read over them, and jump into your curriculum. Even if it's just the first week of lessons, go through, try to understand your curriculum and your standards. Some curriculums go above state standards, some go below. So you may have to, manipulate somewhere in order to make sure that your standards are being met. The curriculum, study it, know it, get in there, plan for it, practice giving a lesson. I'm telling you, it will definitely help you stay ahead of the game. Because once you start teaching, once those students come and you start teaching, that's it. You don't have that time anymore. I mean, like, you do get your planning period and your whatever, but it's a lot harder because now you have all this other things that you have to do. The next thing I would say is procedures. Think about how you want your class to run. Also, keep in mind, it may not work for your specific class. Every class is different because it's all different personalities. It's not one size fits all. There are some things that are, there's some things that are just not. Something that I saw a lot was the like 2 canisters, sharp and dull, where you put sharpened pencils in one, and then the kids would bring the dull pencils, put it in the can. And for first grade, I did not think that was a good idea, because from subbing, I subbed for 2 years before becoming a teacher, and I noticed that a lot of the times they would stand there and just like pick and choose and just take their time, and I was like, I'm definitely not doing that in my class. I have a procedure for pencils. I have a procedure for lining up. I have a procedure whenever they come into the class in the morning, what they have to do. Establishing procedures will help you manage your class better, and it will also help your day just flow better. There'll be less interruptions and things like that. One of the procedures that I have is like materials. I have this little 3-drawer thing. One is pencils, one is crayons, and one is like dry erase markers and dry erasers. If a student needs one of those things during the time that we are using them, they are allowed to just walk and go get it and come back to their seat. I don't need to know about it. You don't need to raise your hand. Just go get what you need and go back to your seat. And this really, really helped with, having that flow and less interruptions, because they just knew what they had to do. So having a procedure for literally everything, blowing your nose, going to the bathroom, coming to sit at the carpet, everything needs a procedure. Think of your entire day. Ask around, say, hey, what are some procedures that you have tried that didn't work? And what are some that you have tried and you love and it works? And, you get to choose what you want to do, because it's your class and it's your life, and no one can tell you differently. If you try something and it doesn't work, oh well, try something else. Maybe try again next year. I don't know. You get to choose your procedures. Make sure they are grade level friendly, though. You don't want to have some wild procedures that are not grade level appropriate, and you're expecting something crazy out of your students. I don't know. But I will say this also: have high expectations for your students. Not astronomically high, but believe that they can do more than what they are showing. They are growing. They are learning to become a person. They're still figuring things out. At least for my grade level, they are. I like to bring in teaching independence into it. I will definitely be doing a little bit more of that next year. I kind of didn't do it this year. But let the students know that you believe that they're capable of doing big things, because they'll start to believe in themselves and they'll actually do it, and it's amazing to watch. The next thing I want to say is find out what is acceptable consequences. Every school is different. My school, teachers have to figure out consequences for their own classroom. Yes, we can send unruly students to the office, but when it's little things, you can't just send every little thing to the office, because the office would be full. Honestly, we wouldn't get any teaching done ever. We would just be sending kids to the office for every little thing, because they're kids. They're going to do little things. So figure out acceptable consequences for your classroom. Ask your team, ask other teachers, ask your admin, say, hey, what's some kind of consequence? Or if you have something in mind, bring it to the table and say, hey, what do you think about this? Is this good? Is this appropriate? Things like that. You also want to keep in mind if your child had that consequence, how would you feel about it? Things like that. Speaking of consequences and discipline, please contact parents. Think about parent communication. Phone calls go a long way. I didn't do a whole lot of parent contact last year, and I regret it. I had some behavior problems that should have been addressed, and the parents were willing to help. That's the thing. A lot of people rag parents, but the parents that I had were willing to help. They wanted to know what was happening in the classroom with their child, so that way they could step in and do what needed to be done. The same goes for academics. If a child is failing or making, lower grades than normal, contact that parent and say, hey, listen, I see that so-and-so is struggling in this area. I don't know, would you like for me to send extra work home? I just want to let you know that this is happening. Even positive contact. Hey, I just want to let you know so-and-so is doing amazing right now. And I just had to let you know how great they're doing in this class and how great they're doing with their friends and their schoolwork. Amazing, amazing little role model. Parent contact will help the teacher and the parent, mostly the parent, feel like you were on their team to help their child, like you want to help their child. Have that parent communication, because most of the time parents want their child to succeed in class, and the ones that want to leave it up to you, they'll tell you, say, listen, they're at school, you deal with it. And then at that point, I guess you just talk with your admin about what to do. The next tip that I would have is become familiar with accommodations. Accommodations are a very serious thing. IEPs, 504s, all those things are legal binding contracts that the teacher has to do for a child, because there's a reason to do these things for this child. It's extremely important that you follow and you do the accommodations that were assigned to a child. Ask around, hey, what does this accommodation mean? What does it look like? Can you show me how to do this? Those phrases, words will go a very long way. Can you model that for me? One friend told me to say that. If I didn't understand what someone was telling me to do, to say, can you model that for me? And guess what? They need to show you. If they are your superior, then they should be showing you to help you succeed. The next thing is take notes of how to do things. So, for instance, attendance. We have a system that has, again, I don't know if this is everywhere. It could be, and I could just be rambling and I was just being so naive. But our system, we have attendance, the grade book, we have all the things in one system. Again, it's probably everywhere. I would not know. But take notes of how to do this. Even if it's just one word notes, click on this button, then write the word of that button, then write the word of that button, and then just take notes of how to do things. So that way you're not having to constantly ask again and again, because I'm telling you, as a first year teacher last year, there were so many things that I was told and just forgot how to do because I had so much stuff on my mind. So take notes of how to do things. Again, it could be the most brief notes. As long as you understand those notes, take notes. The next thing is, and I know this one's going to sound a little like common sense, but learn how to grade a paper and learn how to find the points within a test. There have been so many times that I was grading something and I was trying to figure out the points and I just could not find the points. Talk with your team about how they grade, and you know what? Even if you're a first year teacher, express your concerns. Express them. I was told if I fundamentally disagree with my team about a something, that I need to do what's best for my students, just don't be afraid to ask questions. Asking questions will get you so far, because where there's questions, there are answers. And it may not come from who you expect it to come from. My school, I'm very, 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 very blessed that people in different grade levels, different positions in school are willing to help you. I had a master teacher for the older grades help me with some things. I had teachers from older grades help me with things. Do not be afraid to ask anyone for help. The last little thing is just learn the work-life balance. Make sure you take care of yourself and your needs. Do what you can and have fun. Take your job seriously, but have fun. One thing to understand is that teachers are contract workers. A lot of times contract workers are like business owners. You know, like they have their own business and they contract work out. And if you think of it like that, like you're growing your business, you are investing in yourself. Working outside of contract hours is not a crime. It's not a sin. It's not illegal. It's okay. It's okay. If you are doing it because you want to better yourself, then do it, because contract workers are not guaranteed jobs every single year. They're just not. Put in what you want. You get to decide. If you start to feel the pressure, take a step back. It's okay to just drop it. Experience some rest and relaxation, and then come back to it with a fresh mind. Do not be afraid to do what you think is best for you and your career, because no one else is living your life but you. That's all. And I hope you enjoy this video and see how cute my little pencils are coming. But I'm very, very passionate about teaching and taking the job seriously. So many people, are so negative about the education field. And yeah, there is a lot of stuff that I don't agree with. But at the end of the day, I'm a teacher. I feel called to the classroom, and I want to make a difference. I'm willing to go through that hard stuff because I care about teaching. If my heart wasn't in it, then I wouldn't put up with it. But we as people are willing to do things that most people won't do for the things that we care about. And that's all that I really have to say about that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was, helpful